John 16, verse 4 to 15, sits in the upper room discourse, where Jesus prepares his disciples for a transition that would feel like loss, but would actually be the beginning of something greater. He explains that he has spoken these things so that when the moment comes, they will remember that he told them beforehand. This is not merely about forewarning them of hardship, but about anchoring their understanding in what is about to unfold. His departure, their scattering, and the coming work of the Spirit. Jesus acknowledges that he did not initially tell them everything because he was physically present with them. His presence had been their protection and clarity. But now, as he goes to the Father, a shift is taking place. The disciples are filled with sorrow because they interpret his departure as abandonment. Yet Jesus reframes it. It is expedient for you that I go away. What appears as loss is actually gain. His going is not subtraction, but multiplication, because his presence will no longer be limited to one place, but mediated through the Spirit to all who belong to him. The coming of the Spirit is central. Jesus describes the Spirit's work in terms of convicting the world concerning sin, righteousness, and judgment. These are not abstract moral categories, but are specifically defined in relation to him. Sin is a rejection of him. Unbelief itself becomes the defining issue. Righteousness is revealed in his going to the Father, meaning his vindication. Though condemned by men, his return to the Father proves him to be the righteous one. Judgment is declared because the ruler of this world has already been judged. The decisive verdict has been rendered, even if its full manifestation unfolds in time. Jesus then turns from the world to his disciples. He tells them that he has more to say, but they are not yet able to bear it. Their understanding is still forming, still bound to expectations that will soon be overturned. The Spirit, whom he calls the Spirit of truth, will guide them into all truth. This guidance is not independent or detached. It is rooted in what belongs to Christ. The Spirit does not speak on his own authority, but communicates what he hears, making known what is to come. This includes the unfolding of what was about to take place in their own generation, the climax of covenantal transition, the exposure of unbelief, and the establishment of what Christ accomplished. The Spirit would bring clarity to these realities, enabling the apostles to proclaim with authority what had been fulfilled. Their message would not be speculation, but revelation, what the Spirit received from the Son and made known to them. The unity between the Father, the Son, and the Spirit is emphasized in the closing verses. All things that the Father has are mine, Jesus says. What the Spirit declares comes from that shared divine fullness. The Spirit glorifies the Son by revealing him, not by adding something new, but by making fully known what is already accomplished and given. In this passage, the movement is from sorrow to understanding, from physical presence to spiritual indwelling, from anticipation to realization. What the disciples feared as loss becomes the very means by which they, and those who would hear their message, enter into a deeper, abiding participation in what Christ has finished.